Forget your fancy protein bars and sugary energy gels. What if I told you that people thousands of years ago invented a superfood so durable, so effective, it could outlast not just your great-grandmother's longest-kept preserves, but entire civilizations? Today, we're not just talking about old-fashioned food. We're peeling back the layers of history to uncover the ultimate survival staple, a marvel of medieval ingenuity that was, in essence, the original energy bar. This isn't just about what people ate back then. It's about a food that tells a story of incredible hardship, brilliant adaptation, and a deep understanding of preservation long before refrigerators or canning existed. We're diving into the world of the journey cake, or survival biscuit, a portable powerhouse that kept Vikings sailing, knights crusading, and explorers pushing the boundaries of the known world. It's a tale that reshapes everything you thought you knew about ancient nutrition and human resilience. In a world before instant meals, before grocery stores, before even basic canning, our ancestors faced a massive problem. How do you feed an army on the march? How do you keep sailors alive on voyages that could last months or even years? How do you ensure your family doesn't starve during a brutal winter or a siege? The answer wasn't found in elaborate recipes or sophisticated tech. It was found in something profoundly simple, yet extraordinarily clever. What they created was less a bar in the modern chewy sense, and more a dense, dehydrated brick of pure, unadulterated sustenance. This was the ultimate portable energy source, designed not for weeks or months, but for years of storage without spoiling. A true testament to human innovation. While many might think of hardtack, that notoriously dry, teeth-shattering cracker, when they picture medieval portable food, we're actually going to focus on an even more fortified, calorie-dense version, the pemmican-style journey cake. Think of hardtack as the basic infantry ration. This journey cake was the special forces fuel. It was the precursor to modern energy foods, existing long before protein bars, energy gels, or even the concept of shelf-stable MREs. It was the survival staple for medieval travelers, soldiers, and even resourceful peasants. The defining characteristic: these weren't soft or fluffy. These were rock-hard, moisture-free creations, meant to be gnawed, scraped, or rehydrated. Their durability was legendary. Properly made, they could theoretically outlast a human lifetime. Imagine a food that could sit in a forgotten cache for 100 years and still be recognizable, still holding its core nutritional value. That's what we're talking about. Now let's talk about what went into these amazing creations. The most famous version, used extensively by Vikings and later by European explorers, was a simple but powerful mixture. It typically included ground grains, dried meat, and rendered animal fat. The Vikings, ever practical and masters of survival in harsh environments, had their own variations. They might have made what some historians call herb bread, or a form of lefse, a flatbread. This wasn't your soft, delicate modern lefse. This was an entirely different beast. Their version would often include crushed oats and barley, mixed with dried fish and rendered animal fat, then pounded into a dense slab. Think about that combination for a moment. Grains for carbohydrates, dried fish or meat for protein, and animal fat for concentrated energy. It's a nutritionally complete, calorie-dense block designed to give you everything you need to keep moving, to survive, to fight. It was, quite literally, a survival block. Each ingredient played a crucial role, not just in nutrition, but in ensuring the longevity of the food itself. The genius was in the synergy of these simple components. The resistance to spoilage was the real superpower here. While fresh bread might rot and grow mold in a matter of days, these journey cakes resisted mold, pests, and decay with an almost stubborn defiance. If kept dry, they could remain edible, or at least nutritionally viable, for decades. We're talking about a time frame that makes modern best-by dates look utterly pathetic. While you probably wouldn't want to bite into a 50-year-old journey cake, the fact that its core components remain stable is astounding. This wasn't just hypothetical. Archaeological evidence supports this remarkable preservation. There have been Viking-era food caches discovered in northern climates where remnants of these types of foods were found. While certainly inedible after a millennium, they showed no signs of bacterial growth. The ingredients themselves, though desiccated and hardened, had not decomposed in the way fresh food would. Imagine finding a 1,000-year-old biscuit that, while not tasty, still chemically resembled its original form. That's the level of preservation we're discussing. So, how did they achieve this mind-boggling longevity? It all boils down to two key principles: dehydration and fat preservation. These weren't magic. They were pure, unadulterated science, understood empirically long before anyone knew what bacteria or oxidation were. The medieval preparation methods were laborious but effective. First, meat and grains had to be thoroughly dried, often over a slow fire or in the sun. This process alone removed most of the moisture, the lifeblood of spoilage. Once dried, these ingredients were then painstakingly ground into a fine powder. This wasn't just about making it easier to mix. It increased the surface area for maximum drying and created a homogeneous mixture. Then came the magic ingredient: melted suet, rendered beef or mutton fat. The dried, powdered ingredients were mixed vigorously with the hot, melted fat. As this mixture cooled, the fat solidified, binding everything together into a dense, impenetrable block. The role of fat here is absolutely critical. Not only did it provide a massive calorie boost and essential fatty acids, but it also acted as a natural preservative. When the fat solidified around the dried ingredients, it created a waterproof seal, encasing the food in an airtight, moisture-proof barrier. Think of it like natural, organic vacuum sealing. The scientific basis for this preservation is surprisingly straightforward, even if medieval people didn't use terms like microorganisms. Bacteria and fungi, the main culprits of food spoilage, absolutely require moisture to grow and reproduce. By reducing the water content of the ingredients to below 10%, a level easily achieved through thorough drying, you essentially create a desert for these tiny organisms. They simply cannot thrive. Furthermore, the fat acted as a physical barrier to oxygen. Oxygen, alongside moisture, is a major contributor to spoilage, causing fats to go rancid and other components to degrade. By locking out the oxygen, the fat prevented oxidation, especially of other fats within the bar, keeping the entire product stable for an astonishingly long time. It was a perfect low-tech food preservation system. Beyond its incredible shelf life, the nutritional value and historical significance of this journey cake cannot be overstated. This wasn't just food that lasted, it was food that worked. It delivered. Because of its density and composition, it boasted an incredibly high energy content. A single palm-sized bar, no bigger than a modern candy bar but significantly heavier, could sustain a laborer for a full day. We're talking about a powerhouse that could deliver anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 calories in a compact, easy-to-carry package. This made it absolutely critical for survival in the challenging conditions of the medieval world. Imagine a city under siege, supplies dwindling, no fresh food coming in. The journey cake became a lifeline, stretched out over weeks or months, ensuring that defenders or trapped civilians had enough energy to survive. For long sea voyages where scurvy and starvation were constant threats, these bars were indispensable. They didn't spoil in the humid rocking hold of a ship and provided crucial calories when fresh provisions ran out. And during brutal winter campaigns when foraging was impossible and supply lines were often cut by snow and ice, a soldier carrying a few of these bars had a fighting chance against the elements and starvation. This wasn't just food. It was a strategic asset, a morale booster, and often the only thing standing between life and death. The legacy of these medieval energy bars is truly remarkable, showcasing an ingenuity that transcends time. They required no complex technology, no factories, no elaborate chemical processes. Instead, they utilized basic methods: fire for drying, stone grinding for processing, and animal husbandry for fat. This simple, elegant solution solved one of humanity's most persistent problems: food spoilage. It's a problem that still vexes us today, even with all our modern refrigeration and packaging. Just ask any modern hiker or survivalist how crucial compact, non-perishable food is. Let's do a quick durability comparison. Your great-grandmother's famous preserves, whether jams or pickles, might last a decade if sealed perfectly. Impressive, sure. But a properly made journey cake? It could theoretically outlast multiple generations. We're talking about a food product created in a world without freezers, without vacuum sealing, without even a basic understanding of germ theory, that could outperform nearly any modern non-processed food in terms of sheer shelf life. It's no surprise then that this ancient concept has incredible modern relevance. While we don't often find people grinding dried meat and suet on a daily basis, the principles live on. Modern pemmican, a direct descendant of these medieval journey cakes, is still made by survivalists, preppers, and outdoor enthusiasts today. They understand the power of this ancient recipe. Made correctly, modern pemmican can be stored for 50 or even 100 years without refrigeration, often becoming harder but remaining nutritionally intact. It's a testament to the timeless wisdom embedded in these survival foods. So, when we look back at this incredible edible creation, we're not just looking at a historical curiosity. We're witnessing the birth of a prehistoric superfood, the ultimate survival technology. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most profound solutions come not from advanced science, but from keen observation, practical ingenuity, and a deep respect for the natural world. These medieval energy bars weren't just food. They were a lifeline, a testament to human resilience, and a legacy that continues to fuel us in spirit to this very day. If you're fascinated by history's forgotten innovations, hit that subscribe button and check out our next video.